To it. My goodness. Man, people. Isn't it kind of weird how other people kind of write your history? You know? Other people write your wrongs. Other people create the narratives. Man, today some alarming photos. Kanye West is in a hoodie. He seemed like he's by himself, and the person that's working at the restaurant is filming him eat. They're behind the machine and they're just filming Kanye West as he's eating food. And he looked like he's in the hood somewhere eating food, and they just recorded him. And I'm like, oh my God, it's bad. Because I'm thinking the negative, like, hopefully this wasn't a live stream, like, Kanye is at the point where he can't go anywhere and not be recognized. So he's too high of a figure to be out in those places. It's really dangerous. And it's sad, but that's the reality of the world that he lives in. And it's that identity crisis that we're involved in right now, that we're all struggling to deal with the success and failures of a professional athlete or entertainer. Everybody's not judged the same. And because you dribble a basketball well, or you can hit a three-pointer from the corner, that shouldn't dictate who you are as a person. That shouldn't change the way somebody feel about you. That shouldn't change those narratives. Your decency should not be decided by how good you were on a basketball court. That's the sickness that we have as human beings, is that we're not able to say that person's a human and they're going through something. But what Kanye West has done, he has weaponized everything, and he's who throws a tantrum whenever he cannot express himself the way he wants to express himself. You see, the problem with Kanye West is he's right on a lot of things, but his delivery is an F. You see, he only becomes enlightened once everybody's turned on him, or he got played. Now everybody else is at fault because Kanye West got played. Okay? You see how that works? Oh, Kanye West got played. So now all of a sudden Kanye has this epiphany and he's taking it out on everybody else. Kanye West got played. So you know what that means. He's got another epiphany. Every time Kanye goes through a situation, right, the same people he complain about is the same people he end up running back to. You ever notice that? It's not a mistake. Every time he run to the brothers and be like, yo, it's for the brothers, I'm down. Yeah, we down like 4 flat tires. Then the money start coming back in and they come with a new bag. He leave the brothers and go back over there. Then when he gets played again, he come running back to the brothers and talk about how unfair everything is. Like, we already know it ain't fair. We know it's not fair, Kanye. You're not educating us. They want us to kill each other. We know that. They poisoning us. We know that. This has been going on, Kanye. People in your position is not going to say that on a national television because they know the consequences. You right now, because you're mad, is going to burn down every bridge you got. And those people are going to let you destroy yourself. Because there's a way to do things and a way not to do it. The way you're doing it, nothing's going to get done. You think you're making a change by doing that? You've changed nothing. It's like, okay, we know what the problem is. What's the solution, Kanye? You're a man that's talking with no solutions. So, of course, they're going to say, oh, well, Carcino, there you go, hating on the man again. Not hating on Kanye West. I'm stating the obvious. See, the thing is, what Kanye don't want to tell you is the fine print. Because JP Morgan Chase just kicked him out of their bank. Meaning his Yeezy account, all that stuff is out of JP Morgan Chase. That's power. That's to show you how much power they have. They kicked it out the bank. The devil is into the details. That's right. Every black-owned bank was pretty much shut down. But you got to understand what they did. See, the American banking system had a plan. You know what that plan was? You think Lehman Brothers and all those people that shut down after 100 some odd years of banking, you think they just went away? Before these big banks shut down, they got their charters license. Right before things went bad, and all of those housing markets were shorted, they had their charters license. So now they can open up charter banks. You're still a bank. Now you just not responsible for all of the debts that was there beforehand. If that makes any sense. You're not beholden. Kanye West. Ain't that right? What about Kanye West, you might ask me? Said Kanye West is the type of gentleman that we like to have around because of X, Y, and Z, right? Then they say Kanye West is this guy because of X, Y, and Z, and this, Y, and Z, right? Then they say Kanye West is, it's the same thing. It's repetitive. So if Kanye West is all of these things, and he's going to do all this on his own, but like I said, there's things in the small print. We're going to get to the small print about that. See, the small print is this. Kanye West knows when Sway said, why don't you do it yourself? And Kanye said, you ain't got the answers, Sway. You can't just do that. See, Kanye knew then what Sway didn't know. The reason why you just can't do it yourself is because they won't allow you. Those doors are not going to open internationally like that for you when you're black. Your blackness will always be on trial. And you are not coming through that door unless they bring you. Allow you to enterprise? Never. So now you know that they got that in their back pocket. They're not going to let you enterprise. What's the next step? Tear down and bully. And because Kanye West keep making these statements on a national platform, they're not going to protect Kanye West. Because the same people, see, Kanye West is learning what Herschel Walker has learned. Herschel, when you switch sides, you get caught in the middle. And you get squished like a grape. And the people you think is going to protect you, they're too busy fighting things off themselves. So they don't have the time or the energy. Now, that's what Kanye was trying to tell Sway. I knew when he was saying, when you ain't got the answer, Sway. I knew what that was about. Right, you ain't got the answer, Sway. That was serious. Sway didn't understand what Kanye was saying. You don't have the answers. You just can't waltz overseas. I've lost millions, which is what he was trying to say. He lost millions trying to do it his way and get into those doors. He had to get walked in there with Louis Vuitton and all them. These people do not want blacks to enterprise in fashion. No, unless you work for them. Jay-Z is going to do what he's told. Jay-Z's not going to fight for anything. He's going to toe the line. He's going to fight with what he's allowed to fight. He's going to look like he's fighting. He's going to have the dreads because everybody got dreads now. So he's going to looking like a yachty. He out there looking like a doggone yachty out there. He's going to play his role. That's right. He's going to play his part. And then after he plays his part, that's it. He's done. He'll move on to something else. That's why he always do something, then buy somebody out, and then keep it moving. He don't have time for anything extra. These are the crimes that people are seeing that is happening in society right now. Don't forget to hit the like button. The super chat works. My cash app is Carceno, Karceno. Now you know. So let's look at this. Shall we? How do we fix it? Well, the thing is that Kanye has tied himself in a knot because he aligned himself with those people. Because he wanted to be in those rooms. He wanted to be on Fashion Week. He wanted to go to Paris. He wanted to go to all these places to sell his merchandise, his brand, Yeezy. But you have to partner with them. So he had to partner with Gap. He had to partner with Adidas. And now you've crossed them. What do you think they're going to do? They don't like the way you were treating and talking to them. To them, you're beneath them. So once you get treated like that and it reminds you of what they really think about you, now all of a sudden you woke again. And then you want to come run back to the brothers. Then when the money come back in good and everything back rolling, and Ye got a new thing happening, what Ye do? He go run right back to them. Because everything centers around Kanye. It's not about the embodiment and the empowerment of other people. It's always been strengthening of him. Now, JP Morgan Chase just told Kanye West, we don't want your services here anymore. They didn't even give a reason why. You know why? Because they don't have to. They're the bank. If they saying we don't want your money anymore in our bank, take your account and go. Take your business elsewhere. If they can say that to Kanye West, take your money and go. What's up, Pele? If they can take that to Kanye West, take your money and go. That shows you they have the power. You know, you best believe there's another bank that would take Kanye's money. That's not the point. What they wanted to do was show and implement power. And who's standing next to Kanye? What powerful brothers do you see standing next to Kanye? Because they've seen this show before from him. They're exhausted. They fell for it again the last time. They was ready to chew my head off of it. Because I'm from the Chi. I know half of them. When he got that Adidas bag saying he finna build a Yeezy store in Chicago. And yeah, I'm finna employ all y'all. I'm gonna have Adidas build a Yeezy store here. Y'all, we gonna have a Yeezy factory right here in Chicago. And y'all finna be like the managers, general managers. Y'all gonna be running it. They bought all that. I said, no, he isn't. No, that ain't. Man, you just a hater. How many years ago was that? Looks like I was right, right? Kanye, I'ma move back to Chicago. Yeah, he said he moving back home. It's been years now. Told y'all about believing that man. He used the people for when he needs something. All of a sudden he goes live. They won't even tell me where my kid's birthday at. Yeah, they won't let me know about the birthday. See, this is what they do to the black man. Every time he goes to use the black man card, and this is what the baby mothers do to the fathers, all when it's self-serving. When is Kanye spoke up for somebody else that ain't got nothing to do with him beneficially, but it's an injustice? It's not Stephen A. Smith. I'm pointing out facts. No, he's not a master manipulator. A master manipulator can get away with it. That's what it's called, manipulation. Kanye was just getting away with it because he was famous. That's the difference. A master manipulator can have no fame and they can just manipulate people to move, to get what they want. People go on there and they're blinded by his fame. They just be like, well, man, that's Kanye. So they manipulate themselves. That's the power and persuasion of the celebrity. They do themselves in. Yeah. So everybody's going to say how wrong somebody else is, right? Until it shows up on their doorstep. Now, not one person cried outrage when they clearly just had no reason to kick Kanye West out of their bank. But we don't know the reason why, and they won't even tell us why, because they don't have to. It's their bank. He made one factual statement, and everyone looked like he attacked all the Jewish people in the world. And they called on all the Jewish celebrities. Come on, them Jewish celebrities, let's go. Everybody get in line. And they just start going off on him on Twitter. Till he lost his Twitter account for like half a day. And then got it back. This world, this world is a crazy world. Oh no, see, that's where you're wrong. Kanye did play ball with them. He's always played ball with them. See, he left all the brothers behind when he was coming up to play ball with them. And then when they stay true to who they are and don't accept him, he throws a tantrum and then just starts going off on him and start acting like Black Power movement to get and rally all the brothers into support. Like, yeah, Kanye speaking the real. And then they all come flocking around him. He was like, then he feels strong, like, yeah, I'm back. Then he go back over there. Then next thing you know, the brothers are confused again because they like, man, where he go? Thought he was gonna do this for us and that and that. It's like, no, he's not. Why do you believe it? Kanye only got involved in the Larry Hoover movement because Jay Prince. Kanye West didn't get involved with trying to free Larry Hoover like that until Jay Prince came along. Kanye West repped GD, lived by the GDs, rep GD, rap group the Go-Getters, which were GDs. I mean, he never did nothing concerning Larry Hoover until he started messing with Jay Prince. And then he wanted to use that as the narrative to try to swing this whole reunion with Drake. Man, Larry Hoover is a political prisoner. That man is in there for a non-violent offense and is facing all that time. It's injustice for him to be where he is. It's inhumane for him to be facing the conditions that he's facing. He should be freed so he could be around his grandchildren. I mean, what do they think he's finna do? Come out and start a movement? He's trying to, man, he just be happy to see his children, his son, his grandsons. He's got all kind of grandkids. You know, people's minds is warped. He's been locked up for like 30, 40 years. He's an old man who wants to get around his family. I don't even understand why would it take so long for them to do that. There's no more unity out here. You think these young kids are gonna, like, they waiting on him to get out so they can get organized? He don't want nothing to do with that. He's denounced all of that stuff. Like, man, I don't want nothing to do with that. Whatever it is right now, he ain't been around it for I don't know how many years. He's just trying to get home, be around his family, get around his grandkids, his, you know, just family. I mean, this is an old man. I think they watch too many movies. People just want to get home. What, Kanye West? Man, like I said, it is what it is. Kanye's gonna have to have a moment of clarity to where things start clicking in his brain and make sense for him. Until he reached that point, you know, I don't know if he ever will reach that point, but until he do, I mean, hey, it is what it is. Shoot, I better get some gas. I'm riding till the wheels fall off for real. Well, we have a major He's dealing with a major situation. He's in an uphill battle and fight because Gap said, "Look, take your clothes. We don't want it." So now he's basically on the market talking down on Gap and talking about why Gap they stock is dropping. So they got a new CEO and everybody else there. You know, the situation at Gap is really bad. A lot of them had a lot of, you know, Kanye don't know how to talk to people sometimes. When he wants something and he knows what he wants and he feels he's not getting it, he kind of acts like a child and starts talking to people like they're his children. I think it's great that he's trying to open a school up, the Yeezy School, and teach the children the way he wants, but it's like, again, like I said, too much entitlement for him. You know, it's too much all this Kanye West. It's got to be his way and his educational system. Now, he's right about that. Like, we need to educate our children. Like, because now it's like I knew more in 6th grade than what they teach kids through damn near college. And nowadays in school, they just pass these kids along. In most cases, I mean, back when I went to school, you could fail. They would fail you. That is no joke. They will fail your butt. Think I'm kidding? They got no problem failing you. Why are you asking me what Kanye West usually have for breakfast? Like I'm sitting there watching what Kanye West eat for breakfast. I do not know what Kanye West eat for breakfast. Well, of course he brought up Planned Parenthood. See, the thing is, Planned Parenthood started out as a good idea that ended up wasn't being a good idea. Oh, don't do that. So, once again, that is absolutely correct. Oh, this one teacher, man, she failed down there the whole class. They got rid of her for failing the students. She said they not doing the work, I'm failing them. And that was before I came to the school. She was failing everybody. She just like, they're incapable of learning. They need to stay behind. So that's how, when I went to 7th grade, all of those kids were supposed to go to 8th grade. They were in my 7th grade class. And they should have been in 8th grade. So the school was like, man, they overcrowded. And this is when I was in 7th grade. The school was overcrowded So they just went ahead and they said, we're going to go ahead and graduate them and send them on to high school. But they supposed to be in high school, and that's messing up the graduation rate. So when they did seventh grade all over again. They fired that teacher for failing everybody. And then they made it up and made it like, no, y'all just go straight from high school. Right after 8th grade. They just put them straight in 7th grade. They was in my class. They just moved them straight on up to high school. Straight out of 7th grade. To catch them up to where they supposed to be. What happened to them? I don't think they even graduated high school. Drug dealing, arrests, you know, the hood. Well, of course. I mean, can you imagine if a teacher got $2.3 million a year to teach? You know, and professional athletes were paid $30,000 or $40,000 a year. We value athletics over education. We're the only ones that really do that. Across the world, they value education. Even in our African history, Africans, Islanders, Pacific Islanders, like, dude, those people are people like our Trinidadians, Jamaicans, like, they not stupid. I'm gonna tell you that now. A lot of them are not stupid. They are A students. You want to say top tier, top of the class, whatever, but they're the top students. They're not playing games. They're top students. Look at the grade point average. It's because of the education and the way they learn. You see, because we're taught here the European way of reading, which is left to right. Left to right. We naturally read right to left. Right to left. Why are we taught differently? Why the reading is, we have dyslexia? No, it's because that's not the proper way of reading. Reading is from right to left. That's why when they read something overseas, they normally start from the back of the book and make their way to the front. You start from the back and you read it all the way to the front and close. That's how the books used to go. Now it's like you make it to the back of the book, you close the back of the book. But that's what the front was. It's like, okay, that's the end of the story. The book is back to its original cover. But you read it from the back, zip, 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 make your way to the front, and then the book is closed. You're done. That's the way you were supposed to properly read. That's how the book was formed and the way it is now. But now, since we used to read from right to left, our learning is different. So we're learning in a European setting. So that's why when they try to compare our learning compared to the Anglo-Saxon way of learning, they were comparing it wrong. They're trying to make it seem like, well, we're stupid. But it was a black, because it had to be somebody black, right? A black professor is a female. She said, I figured out the problem. And it was simple. So she decided to test Anglo-Saxons scores compared to the Africans. And the Africans took the same test and blew them all out of the water. And the reason why is because they were learning differently. They were learning in a traditional way that we normally learn. That's because the Anglo-Saxon way is object-oriented learning, which they try to teach us to do. And we're not object-oriented learners. Okay, by human nature, us as a people, we're subject-oriented learners, just like in Africa. Subject-oriented learners learn better from a person rather than reading instructions. How many times have you read instructions and you still don't know what the hell they talking about? Right, exactly. You read the instructions, you don't know what the hell they're talking about. But if somebody come in there and be like, oh no, man, just take that red thing there, wrap that around there and put that in there. Yeah, that's how you do that, man. Yeah, I'm gonna show you how to do it. And once they showed you how to do it once, you can do it yourself for the rest of your life. We're subject-oriented learners. That's how we thrive. That's how we were able to 5 centuries. We learn better from a subject, better than a textbook. Anglo-Saxons learn better from a textbook, from instructions. They need instructions or they feel lost. The majority of their equilibrium systems, their technology, their mathematics, they're like almost like robots. Their bearings are off. They need to have the instructions. They need to be led. Think they done shut me down.